Hey guys, what is up? Slappy here, and we're playing some more Battlefront Road to Jedi number 3, because that's what I call it. Anyway, we're doing some post-com stuff. This is just edited up footage of some pretty good drop zone matches. I got into a really good server. We were playing together for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, which is a lot of games of drop zone. But we were all having a real good time, you know, some real competitive matches, some down to the wire. It was a blast. Those are the games you want to play, right? Anyway, yeah, today I wanted to talk to you guys about some problems that I have with Battlefront. I've been praising Battlefront quite a bit recently. It deserves praise. It is a very fun game. It's very well done. The attention to detail is incredible. It looks beautiful. It plays well, blah blah blah. I could go on about how good it is, but there are some pretty big flaws, and today I wanted to talk about those. I would have done it as a live comm, but then I would have been completely scatterbrained. Also, my neighbor's doing construction, so I had to record a little later, blah blah blah. Not important. Let's talk about some issues with the Battlefront. And yes, I was kind of being lazy when I could have probably found each of my flaws on video and, you know, made a video like that, but okay. So let's talk about some problems with Battlefront. My big problem, that one that just annoys me quite a bit, is the grenade spam. Grenades are pretty overpowered in this, which is surprising given that, you know, they've patched grenades quite a bit in Battlefield 4, and you think they might have launched with them underpowered in this to sort of, I don't know. Grenades are pretty overpowered. The impact grenade is a real grenade, I suppose, but, you know, it just sort of hits you and you die. The thermal detonator, which is pretty much your first unlock, is one that if it's within sort of a 5-foot radius, you die. If it's within a 10-foot radius, you take pretty significant damage. And if you upgrade your grenades, if you get a star card, you can upgrade it, and the cooldown is faster. So you get to use them quicker, I suppose. You know, take some pretty crazy things because you can throw them quite a bit. And if you load up sort of a 2-grenade star hand, you know, you can throw your impact, you can throw your other one, you can just kind of heave grenades all day long. And there's people doing it. So that's something that's got to be sort of looked at. I think just turning down the damage dealt by grenades would be a completely fine patch. I think that would sort of more or less fix it. The other big thing is in endgame in Battlefront. You don't see too many people right now because the game just launched, so everyone's sort of muddling in that 10 to 20 range, I find. In levels, I mean. But when you get to 20 plus, you can get some pretty ridiculous power-ups. You can get a homing shot, which follows the person, so you don't need to be good at all. It's sort of like having a smart rocket. You can get a homing shot, you can get the explosive charge, which makes your normal gun more or less shoot explosives. It becomes more or less a game of boom, boom, boom. I don't know, like a TNT Olympics. Which is frustrating, and I think once we get to a point where a lot of people are sort of in that end game, the game's going to be really annoying, and I think they're going to have to nix quite a bit of stuff. But yeah. Explosive spam, I guess we can sort of link it all together. There's some OP weapons and whatever, but, well, the homing shot mostly. But the explosive spam is just, yuck. Anyway, moving on from that, another issue that I don't have particularly, but a lot of people have been addressing is the lack of content, which is fair. There really is only a couple of game modes that are any good. Not that are any good, that are worth playing multiple times. Walker Assault and Supremacy are amazing. Walker Assault is so cool. I think you could just play that. That would be just a game. Walker Assault's really cool. The other one, Drop Zone, is pretty neat. It's fun, it's competitive. Supremacy, obviously. Fighter Squadron is one that you can sort of hop in and play for a bit. I don't know if its lasting power is all that amazing. I sort of hop in, play 1 or 2 games, and then I get bored. Well, I get frustrated. There's some really good pilots out there. Anyway, that's sort of an issue I find. I think that'll be fixed with DLC, which is something that you know, some people think that's a real annoyance. Is like, oh man, if it's gonna be fixed with DLC, why not just have it in the original game? Which is fair, but I think DICE has proven, not EA, DICE has proven that they do a really good job with their DLC. So I don't really have a problem with, you know, I'm having a lot of fun with this game, so if it gets even better with DLC, that's fine with me. At the same time, I can see how people are like, well, why don't I just wait a year when I can get Battlefront Premium for like $30? Also fair. But I think the DLC will be cool. They're adding apparently a ton of maps with the DLC and a ton of more guns. There's only 11 guns right now, which some people have been a little frustrated with. I think it's kind of neat. You know, I was a lot of hours in Battlefield, and I couldn't tell you about a lot of the guns. I sort of get stuck with my favorites, and, you know, I'm one of those guys. But I think in Battlefront, because there's only 11 guns, I'm getting to know them really well. You know, I'll unlock it, play with it a bit, see what it's good for. Some of them just aren't good. I find there's a pretty good mix, though. I sort of know which gun I want in which position and whatnot. And I like playing with the star cards. You know, the star cards are an interesting thing because it's very customizable, which is kind of neat. Another thing is, another complaint I guess I've heard quite a bit talking to different people on Reddit and in person, is this whole customization thing in this game. Beyond the star cards, it's sort of gimmicky in the terms of like, oh, Stormtrooper without a helmet, oh my god, revolutionary. And people are like, well, it just sort of takes away from like the realism in Star Wars that they've created. And you know, when you look at these levels, they're so detailed. You know, if you're playing some of them, you'll just see like a broken down star, not a starfighter, a thing Anakin rides through the desert. I don't know what they're called exactly. The pod. They had a badass Game Boy game where you could drive them. I don't know what they're called. The thing he races through the desert in episode 1. You'll just see some broken down parts of those and then like one getting fixed. And you're just like, that is so cool. The attention to detail is so amazing that the fact that they did this customize your character thing, which is fine. I'm okay with the customization. But the fact that they were like Stormtroopers without helmets in battle, I guess is something you wouldn't see in Star Wars. So that's sort of a strange path to take if you're going for such a realism thing, such an attention to detail in the maps. I mean, even look at this map. There's a ridiculous amount of detail for a map that is kind of just small and like probably doesn't need that much detail. But yeah, it seems like a strange thing to do so much customization for a game that's... And so much customization... Oh man, I got completely lost in my words. Anyway, yeah, that's an issue. Another issue is in Drop Zone. I find there's not enough randomness to where the pods get dropped in some maps. You can kind of completely guess where they're going to be, which adds, I guess, sort of a competitive layer. Sort of not... I don't really know how to say that properly. It feels like it's a little predictable, which is fine. That Rush was predictable in Battlefront Field, and it ended up being a really fun game mode. So maybe it's okay. Some other issues, I guess, one of the last ones that I have is this whole using your credits to unlock stuff. You know, you have a few good games, you can unlock the new guns, which is great. Some of them have rank values. I wouldn't mind seeing some guns that are unlocked via challenges. I think that could be just a fun aspect of the game, because right now the challenges, you sort of finish them and you get these little collectible figures or whatnot. I would like to see some stuff that's unlocked in a way that's not just a couple credits. So there's nothing that's really expensive. The credits are pretty easy to get, so I would like to see something like that down the line. I would like to see some more game modes, more guns, some more maps, but that's all DLC. Well, those things are DLC. Some other stuff I would love to see added to the game. I think we talked about party chat. Right now there's no way to chat. Party chat would be amazing in the game. A server browser menu would be spectacular because, you know, right now the servers, not that they're bad, but I would like to be able to, you know, have a little bit more choice as opposed to just clicking the game mode and hoping for the best. I would love to be able to play with more than one, like, friend at a time, because right now you can only pick one friend, you partner with them, and then you stick with him. I'd love to be able to do, you know, all kinds. I think that would be a blast. So a server browser would be huge. Renting your own servers, I think, is something that'll come down the line. think of something that sort of needs to come. They have to fix the endgame stuff, fix the grenade spam. And I'm guilty of it. I can see myself doing it. I'm like, oh, there's someone over there. If I throw a grenade, there's a 50% chance he'll die. So, yeah, it's all stuff that I see and I do, but I would love to see fixed, I guess. I kind of got off the rails at the end of the video here, talking about stuff. But yeah, all in all, Battlefront's a good game. It really is. They went for quality over quantity, I guess, to steal a line that I saw somewhere. They definitely did a good job of the game, so I'm not going to complain about it. There are some things that need to be fixed. There are some things that could be fixed, could be added. But all in all, it is still fun. I'm still having a blast playing it, so, you know, it is what it is. And to sort of wrap up this video, I think we're going to try and go back to live commentary, which will be kind of fun, I think. And, yeah, so there's about 30 seconds of clips left. I'm going to sign off here. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, comment what you guys think, any issues you're having with the game, you know, that sort of stuff, and leave a subscribe because the road to the Jedi will continue. So I will see you guys next time. Ciao!